Hello, 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 hello. Hello, yes, yes. Okay. Getting set up. Hello. Oh, my goodness. Such a good day. Such a good day. I hope that you can say that as well. I hope you can see that. I am so delighted for the new rules that Facebook has put in place to help us to keep protected in our time together. So, so happy to see you. Thank you for being with me. Happy Monday. Happy belated Mother's Day, if applicable. I hope you had a great day. Oh my goodness, it is such an exciting time, and we are getting ready for the new moon tomorrow. New moon tomorrow. And this is so important because we've been talking for a while about getting ready for the lunar eclipses that are coming. And so this is the time. So this is the new moon that is going to lead into the full moon where we're going to have this eclipse in Sagittarius and on the 26th. So this is the time for change and closing of doors and ending of chapters and really allowing ourselves to shift. And we're seeing that already the in the world. And so I want to say, first thing I want to say is right now I want to really encourage you to honor where you're at, wherever that is. I want to encourage you to honor where you're at. So for me, I know if you've been following me, and you know I'm doing my rehab and my walking and all that stuff. And this morning, after a heavy weekend paddling in the kayaks, and I got up this morning and I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. And I looked at the calendar and I said, oh, new moon is tomorrow. And so we know that the energy comes down as we get ready for the new moon, and then it will go back up as we go into the full moon. And so as we're coming through to that time of the new moon, we can feel very depleted. We can feel very tired. We can feel very worn out. We can feel uh, drained from other people's energies, what's going on around us. Um, and so it's really important that we honor where we are at. We allow ourselves to rest. We make sure we're drinking plenty of water, and we are allowing ourselves to process through what we need to. Because right now, this time of the new moon, this is the time of creation and manifestation and welcoming things in. This is the time when we are looking around and we're saying, what do I want to bring into my life in the next 28 days? What an exciting and wonderful question that is. And because it's spring, we have people that are doing spring cleaning and all kinds of stuff is going on with that, to be able to say, what can I welcome into my life right now? What can I welcome into my life? What do we want to welcome into my life? What do we want to welcome into my heart? And allow ourselves to move forward from that place of really understanding I have the power to create. We have the power, so much more power to manifest and to create. Um, and so really taking a look at what is really in your heart of what do you want to shift in your life. It's spring. What can go out? What can come in? Okay. And really, if it doesn't bring you joy, if it doesn't bring you closer to friends or family or loved ones, if it doesn't bring you closer to your financial or professional goals or your soul goals, then just leave it aside for right now. Just leave it aside for right now. That's not like you don't have to have it forever, like, you're dead to me or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I am saying I got to cut my bangs. I am saying that because they're driving me crazy. But I am saying that if it's not bringing you joy in your heart, if it's not bringing you closer to friends or loved ones, family, if it's not bringing you closer to your financial or professional or soul fill goals, then just for right now, let it sit on the side. Let it sit on the side. You don't need to bring in those things that are not fulfilling you in some kind of higher purpose. And so when we look at the new moon and we say, what do I want to bring in? What do I want to manifest? those are the important questions to ask ourselves, because we can all say, I want $1 million. I could all say, I want to be debt free. We can all say, I want to, well, I want to say I want a Lamborghini, but I don't really want a Lamborghini. What is it that you want? What is it? I want to say I want a home for every like stray dog and cat that needs a home. It's not necessarily realistic in my household, but so we look at those things and we say, okay, so what is it that we want? And then we ask ourselves these questions. Okay, is this going to take me closer to my personal goals? Is this going to take me closer to my friends, family, loved ones? Is this going to take me closer to my financial and professional goals? Is this going to take me closer to my soul goals? And then we look at that. So for me, just to use the dogs and cats example, because I love them so much, Toby is sleeping here in my drawer. And Toby scared the shit out of me the other day because I really thought he died. So he's 21 years old and still kicking right along. So maybe a little bit slower, but he's still going strong. And so, um, would getting, 10 more dogs and cats, would that fill my heart? Yeah, it probably would fill my heart. It might create some anxiety and some stress. So that's to be aware of. Would it bring me closer to my family and friends and loved ones? No, that would definitely not be the case, because I'm sure that they would all think that I was crazy, and they would all want to be like, I'm not coming over to your house because it's chaos. So having peace in your world and peace in your heart is really important as well. So asking yourselves these questions: what do I want to create? What do I want to manifest? And then it's not about quantifying it, but it is about really leaning into it and asking ourselves these questions so that we're not moving from whim. We're not moving from foolishness. And that's not a judgment. I'm not trying to be judgmental about anything, but it's not a whim. If I want to bring another animal into my home, that's a huge commitment of time and energy and money and love and attention, to make sure that I am honoring my commitment to that animal, to give them the best life that I can give them for the time that they are entrusted to me. You can't take that flippantly. You can't take that casually, where you have, like, oh, well, whatever, we'll just throw them in the corner with all the other dogs and cats. That's not fair to the animal, and it's not honoring the commitment that we make when we give ourselves to another soul, to another being, to care for them. And so we want to ask ourselves, what do I want to create? What do I want to manifest? What do I want to bring into my life? And then at the same time, we want to take some time to quantify it and just really dip into it and make sure that what it is really the right thing, that's in alignment with who we are and where we are going and what we want to create in the world. So, is it taking me closer to my goals of, bringing me closer to my friends, my family, my loved ones, my financial goals, my personal or professional goals? Is it in alignment with my soul? Okay. And you'll feel those things in your body when I say, "Ooh, I want to adopt, 10 more cats." And then I think to myself, that knot in my stomach of like, oh, you're taking 10 more cats to the vet, and, cleaning 10 more cats of cat litter and things like that. And then you start to be like, I'm good. I'm good. And it's not that I am now not doing the work that I'm called to do, because I'm going to send that love and energy out into the universe, that those cats would end up in beautiful, loving homes where they're going to be able to have the attention that they deserve and the love that they deserve, that I can give in a house with already 5 pets. So we want to make sure that we are doing what is best for the other souls that are involved in the situation as well. And so we ask ourselves these questions: is this really feel in alignment with myself, my goals, and where I am at and where I'm trying to go? Is this going to bring me closer to my friends and loved ones, my family, my financial goals, my personal and professional goals, my soul? Making sure those things are in alignment. And this is the time to check in with self, check in with yourself, because this is the time where we are getting ready. Really, we're in the dip, and it's going to be the bottom of that dip is tomorrow with the new moon. Tomorrow is the new moon, and then the energy is going to start to climb. And it's so important to get clarity about where you're going and what you want to create for yourself as you come into the new moon, because this is the time when the portal is open, the moon is open, all things are possible. This is the time when the wishing well is open for our coin, and we toss in our coin, we make our wish, and the moon goes, yes. And then we start working towards that direction, right? All right. So let's see where we are. Let's see. Well, let's start with our goddess cards today and see which goddesses are with us on this journey of manifestation. Let's see. I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day, if that is applicable to you, or that if it's not applicable, that your mother had a wonderful Mother's Day. I hope you all had a peaceful, calm, enjoyable weekend. So our goddess today is Parvati. Oh, Hindu, I think. Parvati. And the calling for her says devotion. Devotion. And she is number 41. Let's see what they have to say about her. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It says true commitment comes from wholehearted living in body, mind, and spirit. Isn't that what we were just talking about? True commitment comes from wholehearted living in body, mind, and spirit. When the Hindu goddess Parvati rises up to greet you, she's acknowledging you for your sincere devotion to personal growth. And with the world in so much turmoil, it's not easy to devote yourself to higher knowledge and a strong faith. But if you are to serve others by being a bearer of love, compassion, and light, you must recommit yourself every day as unwavering in your decision as Parvati was to Shiva and her goal of bringing peace to the world. So she asks that you find silence and daily meditation to contemplate your devotion, as well as your commitment to all life and to making the world a better place. Now, isn't that so interesting that we were just talking about what is going to bring you closer to yourself, what's going to bring you closer to your friends and family, your loved ones, what's going to bring you closer to your soul's higher purpose. And here she is, Parvati, with devotion. Now, if you're not a meditator, because I know that that just said you should meditate every day, and that is an awesome thing to do. And meditation, not everybody is like all up in it. And let me just explain. First of all, on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, we do a group meditation. And second of all, meditation does not have to be an hour of sitting, meditation can literally be 2 or 3 minutes. It can be just 2 or 3 minutes to help you shift your energy, to help you breathe, to help you relax in a stressful situation, to help you just get grounded. Meditation does not have to be a huge, Buddhist monk, Tibetan monk commitment. So allow yourself that opportunity to just sit and breathe. I teach people to put their tongue on the roof of their mouth, breathe in through your nose, exhale through your mouth, releasing your tongue. Just and seriously, just take a couple of deep breaths and then allow yourself to breathe normally. Maybe listen to a song. It could be something with words. It could be instrumental. But just allow yourself to relax. Allow your mind to wander. And whatever thoughts come in on you, those things are important. Just allow, don't judge, because what happens, we get a thought that comes in on us and we're like, oh, I gotta do, no, just allow it. You'll remember it at the end. And if you don't, it will come back to you in the right time. But just allow, and just to be able to say, I see you, I hear you, and just let it float on by. So you don't need to have a huge heavy duty meditation practice in order to participate in meditation and have it benefit your life. It doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes. It doesn't even have to be 5 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes is truly, I never want to say it's all you need. I never want to say it's enough, but 2 to 3 minutes, you can get benefit out of meditation. So especially for new people, especially if you're new to meditation, if you're just starting and you've never really had the experience of meditating, it's not something that's a big part of your practice, starting yourself with a timer of just 2 to 3 minutes, because it's like a muscle. Like anything else, it's like a muscle. And the more you do it, the longer you'll be able to sit and to allow your mind to just relax and engage with your higher and connect with your higher consciousness. Allow yourself. Okay. But if you're a beginning meditator and you're new to that, just allow that to wash over you. Set a shorter timer. Don't feel burdened and constrained by the time. I think people feel like they need to meditate, for, 20 to 30 minutes for it to mean anything. And that's not how it works. Joel says, I completely agree. My meditation varies in length. Absolutely. So 2 to 3 minutes, and it could be enough. you know, and if you have more things and you have more time, go longer, you know, set your timer for 2 3 minutes and then maybe set it again and see how you do. But like a muscle, you will get stronger and you will get better and you will get the ability to go deeper the more you practice. It's like anything that you practice, you'll get better at it, but first you have to start. So Parvati is reminding us to allow ourselves to sink into meditation this week. And as we were talking about before with the new moon coming in and really trying to clarify, are these things that I say that I want in alignment? Meditation is a great way to do that. And so if you followed me any amount of time, you've heard me say this time and time again. Every day in my meditation, I say, what do I need to know today to move me forward on my path to serve my highest and best good? What do I need to know today to move me forward on my path in service of my highest and best good? Okay, this is all I say when I go into meditation. I might say a little bit different, but this is what I say when I move into meditation because I want them to help me just relax my mind and to show me what do I need to know today to move myself forward on my path for my highest and best good. That's all I need to know. Everything else is commentary, right? Like they say in the Jewish Torah, um, do unto yourself as you would have others do to you. That is the main lesson of the Torah. Everything else is commentary, right? So everything else is just reminding us of other things and helping us see things in different ways. But it's always the same question. It should be, what do I need to know today for my highest and best good to help me move forward on my path? Because if we're all doing for our highest and best good, that means we're raising our vibration. When we're raising our vibration, we're encouraging others to by osmosis raise their vibration around us, and that way we're raising the vibration of everybody, and everybody is calmer because they're meditating and they're breathing, and we're all operating from this place of love, which means we raise the vibration of the planet, and we no longer have a need for hate and racism and violence and war. Now, wouldn't that be nice? All right, so the Oracle of the Seven Energies card that is going to be guiding us with Parvati this week is Great and Full, which I love when this card comes up because it is so much about the higher chakras and it is so much about reminding us, look, the cup is full, reminding us to be grateful, reminding us of how much that we have. And so as we sit and we meditate on what do we want to manifest and what do we want to welcome into our life as we move to this through this time of the new moon, it's so important at the same time that we're not being out there like, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want. We want to also remember that we're being incredibly blessed every single day. And so many people are in strife and in lack. But even when you stop somebody who believes that they are in lack, and I am not belittling anyone's situation, but in every situation, even in our most dire, we can sit down and say, where can I be grateful? Where can I be grateful? In the most darkest days, we can still find something to be grateful for. Even in my most darkest days, and there were some very dark ones, I still was grateful to be alive. I was grateful for my dog, who was very empathic at the time and knew that I needed a little extra support and love and stayed so right by me. I was grateful for my children because I know in that time, if I did not have children, if for some reason I was not a mom in that time, I probably would not have survived that time. And so there were things, even in the darkest of the darkest days, that there were things that I could be grateful for. And so we are reminded that even as we are asking the universe to help us clarify and get more connected with our higher self so we can understand more what we want and need and what can help us move forward on our path, we are reminded that we already, even as we're in that place of wanting and desiring and clarifying those desires, we are in the place, we are reminded that we are still so full of, we have so much to be grateful for, so much to be grateful for. Okay. And I love that. I love that because truly, I believe that love and gratitude are the engine of the universe. If the universe is a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Bugatti, whatever it is, the most powerful engines of the universe, it is love and gratitude that are the gasoline. They are the fuel for the most powerful engines. They are the most powerful engines of the universe is love and gratitude. I truly, truly believe that. So remembering that even whatever is going on, uh, many of you know, I don't really keep a secret. I am Jewish. I am really proud of my heritage and where I come from. And there are plenty, there's no shortage of hate groups, no shortage of people that peddle in hate while we try and peddle in love. And here in Orlando, where I live in Central Florida, we had a visiting hate group from California, the Goyim Defense League, which I think is hilarious that they've chosen a Yiddish word. Goyim means non-Jewish, that they've chosen this Yiddish word, Jewish word, to name themselves, where they want to be anti-Jewish, and yet they were, protesting and spreading their hatred all over the city this weekend, Mother's Day weekend, protesting preschools. I don't know what kind of a special person you have to be to protest a preschool. But what was so incredible was the outpouring of love. The outpouring of love of the people who actually live in my community, who had everything to say about how these people do not belong here. And I think that is the best part, because the more we see this rise of the dark, which you've heard me talk about this over and over again, the more we see this rise of the dark, the more we see the rise of the light. The more we see the people in the light step forward, step forward, step forward to say, no, we're not having this here. No, we're not having this here. We are operating in the engine of love and gratitude, and that makes my heart so happy. As much as it makes my heart so sad and filled with sadness. It was sadness. I wasn't angry. I wasn't, uh, I was just sad that these people are so ill-informed and that they are choosing to spread such a negative message when the message truly of love is the one that heals everything. It heals the whole world. And so I choose to operate in that place of love. And so there is absolutely no coincidence. You heard me shuffle the cards, as I always do live, so you can hear it. And so, of course, the first card that comes up is Star Mother. It is, how can you mother yourself? It is no coincidence that we just had Mother's Day, right? And that Star Mother is the first card that comes up in our Work Your Light Oracle card deck. And I love this card because it's not just about that we just had Mother's Day, but it's so much about taking care of ourselves and taking care of others. But at the same time, it's also so much about knowing that the universe is taking care of us, that we are loved, we are divine, we are spark of divine light, we are spark of divine being, that we are being cared for and protected and nurtured and loved. And so while these crazy people were out protesting literally down the street from my house, as it happened, I was out in Mother Nature enjoying the wildlife and the beauty of our planet from my kayak, as it should be. So it is so important, and no coincidence, there's no coincidences, that the first card that we pull is the Star Mother, who reminds us not only to be kind to ourselves and mother ourselves, but to mother others and to treat others with kindness. And above all, remember that the universe, Mother Nature, the mother of the universe, we are all being protected, lifted, nurtured, and guided. We all have this watching over us. And what an incredible feeling it is when we can tap into that love. Because here's the thing, what feeds this love? You know what feeds this love? Every person that we've ever known that has gone before us to the other side is nestled in her. There is only love for us on the other side, because the other side is filled with all of our loved ones who went first. There, this Star Mother and all that the universe is bringing forward for us to love and nurture and protect us, it all comes from the people who loved us, who passed before us, who still love us, and who are on the other side, making sure that we are protected. Absolutely making sure. So our next card is transformation. It says, things are changing at a cellular level and for deep healing. Well, duh! We've been talking about this, and we've been talking about this especially as it relates to the eclipse that is coming at the end of this cycle, or halfway through this cycle, when this new moon goes full in Sagittarius on the 26th, where we have this lunar eclipse coming. Okay, so we know that we're in transformation. We know that this is the time for us to reach higher, to reach in and connect with our higher guidance, to reach in and do that meditation, even if it's only 2 or 3 minutes, to connect with our higher self and to really allow that transformation to continue to help us move forward to becoming all that we came here to be. And so we have so interesting. Isn't this interesting? Because the next card is the crumbling. The crumbling. And this reminds us that as we are moving forward into this time of transformation, not only are we so incredibly loved and we have so much to be grateful for, but that it's safe for us to let go of the things that we are holding on to. It is safe for us to let go of the things that we are holding on to. This is the crumbling. It is safe for us to let go. Let go of old beliefs, old rules, old clothes, old, even new, whatever. Let go. Let go. Believe. Believe with all of your heart and devotion to the idea that you are a child of the divine spark of love, of the, or she, of the love of the universe. You are a divine spark of the love of the universe. And all things are possible. There is so much for us to be grateful for. All things are possible for us as we are moving through this transformation. And it is safe for us to let go of the things that we have been holding on to, that we have been allowing to hold us back, that we have been allowing to keep our belief small. We can, as we learn to expand our mind, we can welcome in so much more. There is a quote in the New Testament, and I don't profess to know a ton about the New Testament, know the New Testament scriptures as well as a lot of other people, but there is one where they talk about how God is able to do so much more than we can ever ask, imagine, or think, or something like that. And I believe that for the universe. I believe that when we can allow our mind to expand into what is possible, the universe will respond in kind. And the universe will continue to allow our brain to expand, that we can do more, we can be more, we can have more, because we are so protected and so nurtured and so, oh my goodness, Instagram fell off the wall. And we are so connected and so encouraged to have and to do these things. Sorry, Instagram fam. That we are so encouraged to tap into the Divine Mother, the Star Mother, that we are protected and nurtured. And that her body is reminding us that as much as we can lean in and trust into the universe is going to lean in and trust us right back. So much that we are so safe, so much to be grateful for, to allow ourselves to transition, to become more than who we thought we could be. We don't have to live in fear. We don't have to be in fear. We don't have to hold on to what no longer serves us. I don't know about you all, but I feel better. I mean, I didn't feel better to start with, but what a beautiful reading to move ourselves into the new moon time. What a beautiful, how encouraging and nurturing and strengthening is it to feel how much of this is going on, to see that the universe is screaming at the top of its lungs that Instagram is not hanging on to the wall. Gracious. The universe is shouting at the top of her lungs, we've got you. We've got you. We've got you. All we have to do is choose to believe it. That's all we have to do is choose to believe it. And so with that, I will leave you today. I want to say thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today. I am always so incredibly honored by your presence. I want to remind you that enrollment for my online course, Becoming an Empowered Empath, is still open. It is not too late. We extended the enrollment for a little bit longer because some folks had asked us for it. You can go to SherryDworkin-SmithLearn.com and come along and join us. You can learn more about the Becoming an Empowered Empath course, online course. We will be back right here on Wednesday night for meditation. I hope you will be able to join us then, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Know that you are loved.